everybody, my name is Farmer Phil, and in today's video we are back from our wee trip to the UK to see Liv's family. There's one of the peacocks. They're getting really long tail feathers. At some point we'll catch them with their tail feathers up. There's 5 peacocks out there and 2 hens. So, but anyways, we're back. We're going to be going in, giving Father Phil a hand at the feeding. We're going to check what is lined up for tomorrow's work, so just checking to see what we have to do, and some more YouTube information and bits and bobs, because there was bits I forgot in the last video that I was quite annoyed. One of them was specifically quite a good one. Father Phil is just filling the first feeder there. When he's that done, I'll put that in. So I'm going to load buckets of meal into the back of this, because while we were away they were using the bale on roller, but they were putting in 3 bales a day. So they're only feeding them every other day, which means every other day you went up with the telly with the gator and meal. So we'll just may continue that, so they don't need to be fed today. But I gotta do something. I've been using a while. Currently everyone here has the vomiting bug. So bro has it, my sister had it, and they're all sick. They have it coming out of every orifice. So yeah, Father Phil isn't sick with it yet, nor is my mother, but they're kind of expecting to come sick with it. So we got a phone call on the way home, call in and get something to have dinners for ourselves, because everyone is sick and it's like a quarantine. So Father Phil is sticking to the small telly until he gets sick, and he'll be out of action for 2 or 3 days. And Eric is out. He was driving this yesterday and driving the diet feeder yesterday. So while I looked up online, it said it'll survive for 12 hours, but there's any amount of alcohol hand gel disinfectant lying about from the COVID, so make use of it. Anyways, like to say we loaded up, but yeah, I don't particularly want to get the vomiting bug, so we'll disinfect as we go on. Or do you let them out? While we wait for Father Phil to put in the last of the grabs for the beef cattle, a little bit of disinfecting. But we talk a bit about YouTube. Shut the door. Also, if you're wondering, Father Phil is going in with the small telly, and that's because he's leaving the big telly clear for us, so he shouldn't be infected, and he can root with that one till he gets sick. Today's video should have been this, but as you can see, this didn't get put back together to go into this, because we were missing. Ooh, probably shouldn't have picked that up. What's in this? If it's bearings, yes it is bearings. We were missing what was in that box before I left. Oh, please tell me I didn't drop it. Before I left, we were working, we were getting through this. We're not getting through this project half as quick as we should be, but we're very, 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 very slowly getting there. But today's video is supposed to be gearbox going back together, back into tractor, happy days. But like most times, I try and plan to make a video every week. At the start of the week, you're like, right, what's Tuesday's video? What's Thursday's video? What's Sunday's video? What are we doing for the week? Right, I'd say on Thursday we'll try and get enough done with this that we can make a video. Tuesday we're doing something, Sunday, blah, whatever. But then plan changes. Like this. They were getting ready, they got all the gears they needed, they were getting ready to get put back together. They had thought they had enough bearings. Turned out they didn't have enough bearings, so we had to go order more bearings. And the bearings arrived when I was gone, so we didn't get put back together to put into that, to make the video that was supposed to be for today's video. That would have left me come back, not under pressure to make a video to get out for today, just to keep 3 videos a week. That happens far too many times, because the joys of the job, whether it's machinery or livestock or just agriculture in general, the plans are always changing. And then I'm running around like a headless chicken going, what can I film to fill the gap that I was planning to do this? This video will go up at another point, but it just frustrates me. It's the most frustrating part of the job of YouTube. I'm always just running one video after another. It's not too often that I get ahead of myself. It's quite rare. Usually when I go away I'm not too bad, but this one let me down for today. And on another note, on video length, every video, how long a video is and how that plays into YouTube algorithms, and you will always notice my videos usually are over the 20 minutes long. This video probably is under, and it probably won't do as well because of that, and this is the reason why. And it's part of the YouTube algorithm, is that YouTube looks at average viewer retention. So basically you watching how much of this video are you to watch. So usually videos are around 45 to 60%, usually speaking. That's the video retention. So that's how long you watch a video for. Then you have the average view duration. So a longer video will have a higher average view duration than a shorter video. And YouTube works on trying to promote longer videos because you get higher average views, a higher average watch time in a video, which means you're longer on their platform, which means they get more ads into you, which means they make more money, so they'll always promote longer form content to you. It's something you will notice on some channels, especially in America, especially like gaming channels and that. A lot of people are now producing hour-long content. I did play around with the idea, but Liv wasn't keen on the idea, because for me to make an hour-long video, which how 20 minutes of footage usually has, 20 to 30 minutes of footage is usually about 50 to an hour 20. So to make an hour-long video, I would need about 3.5 hours of footage, which is hard on memory space, a hell of a long time to edit, and is the cost worth the reward? We wouldn't know if we tried, but it's the thought of it has kept me and Liv from doing, well, more Liv from telling me not to do it. I chance it, but the ultimate truth is Liv would end up editing it, and it's a lot of time editing just for one video. We're going with diet feeder now. Keep the hand sanitized just in case there's things I forgot to touch. Really do not want it. The last time I had the winter vomiting and shitting bug was not very pleasant. So I will avoid it at all costs. Well, if I wanted to, I'd probably have stayed at home, but yeah, I can't really do that. And that's why you will always see my videos. The sweet spot that I have found is over 20 minutes. Anything under 20 minutes, YouTube kills it on me. Now that's partially because most of my videos are over 20 minutes because of how it works. But if your channel produces videos that are under 20 minutes, usually one video that's over it doesn't do much harm. But if you produce content that's usually over 20 minutes, as soon as you put up one that's under, YouTube kills it. Best example I have of that, one of my recent videos, was the Battle of the Teleporters, which I thought I put a good bit of effort into try and make it interesting. It was only 12 minutes long, but the views were shocking. It was. YouTube also has a rating system, rating the last 10 videos you put up against each other, and it was 10 out of 10 by nearly 10,000 views from number one, which for the amount of effort I put into it over the number one video, I was quite disappointed with. But a lot of it was down to, it was only a 12-minute video, and YouTube just kills shorter videos. That's why all my videos are around over 20 minutes, usually around 22, 26 minutes. That's what we aim for. And it's always to strike the balance between interesting and not a whole heap of waffling, which I'm pretty bad for. One time I used to tell Liv, try and keep it that long, which then put in a lot of waffling. But since I kind of got, like, you just kind of get mixed for boring content, I told Liv just cut them hard. But it's hitting that sweet spot, and that is the sweet spot I have found. Not too long that a person who's wanted to watch it will not watch it because it's just too long, but not short enough that YouTube doesn't hurt it. Someday I would try and make an hour-long video, maybe of like a full week's work or something, just for the crack. But yeah, it's the thoughts. Well, for me, it's not. It's for Liv. It's the thoughts of having to edit 3.5 hours worth of footage is the killer on that one. If you want to learn more about how watch time and retentions and average view duration affects channels, there's a really good channel. It's not agriculture related, it's a gaming channel, but I quite like his content. It's the Spiffing Brit. I recently put up a video there about how average view duration and how you can break YouTube, and he does stuff like that. I really like them. But if you check out his videos on YouTube, you get a better understanding of how the algorithm works and all the different mechanisms that's in it, and basically how you can try and cheat the system. It takes a bit of effort, but yeah, it's a good channel to check out if you want to learn more about how YouTube works and how you can cheese it. We're up with the shed, so just have to shovel in the bales that they put out the last day and give them their meal. So one thing though, doesn't seem to be enough that side, so I'm going to have to shovel a bit this way, that way. If you're wondering how's my back is fine, thanks for asking. Done me 2 visits to the physio, got me exercises, done kind of what I was told to do, except for take it handy before I went away. But being away has helped a lot. The back is pretty much where it is. Just have to be careful. I don't push it too hard, but after rolling out these bales, it's quite loose, it's quite easy to shovel in. But I think now we're back, we will most certainly be going back to putting in 2 bales a day, because them guys are going to be a bit short. And it's a bit more work. These small guys have lots, so there's a bit of work in just shoveling that stuff down to them, which, yeah, it's just easier to put on every day, that way they get their beat. And you're coming up anyway, so. On to the next YouTube point. So the next big metric for how well a video will do after, the biggest one I've always found has been average view duration. Longer videos always do better. But the next big thing is engagement. And what engagement means is how many likes has the video, how many dislikes has the video, how many comments has the video, is the video shared, how many times. YouTube monitors all of that. And the more engagement, so whether it be good, bad or indifferent, engagement is engagement. It's like the old saying, there's no such thing as bad publicity. It's all good publicity. But that also then drives YouTube videos. And you will always, you don't hear so much people say, well, at the end of every video, so please like and subscribe. But you don't really go in the middle of it, please hit the like button. Or I don't anyways, some people do. But that's why, because it's engagement. But what I do is what I call fishing for comments. So I will ask, when we're driving across the field, there's good grass here, what's growth like on your own farms? Let me know in the comments. Maybe we'll do something, what's your opinion? Let me know in the comments. Or the best one of all, maybe debatable, mention the T word. That blew my mind with how many comments that got. Good or bad, it's all good publicity, but that was just madness in my mind anyways. But yeah, it's all about engagement. So don't forget, leave a comment down below. Change of plans. Going to check the bullocks, but when I was just feeding the small calves are kind of our sick bay that's outside of the shed. We have the pump is turning on and off, which means I have a leak. So I checked all of down there, around the yard, shed, the whole lot. Can't see any leaks. So I'm expecting there to be a leak out here. We had a wee issue while we were away on Christmas Day, while my mother and father and my uncle's grave. Bro and me sister Jess were up checking on the cattle up here while they were just doing graveyard, kind of going around graves and that. And there was cattle out up here. And they messaged them just as they were at the grave. If you know the story, it's like at his funeral, at the tractor run, it's one of those things that kind of reminds you of things. It just always seems to be a coincidence around it. So I go check drinkers and stuff out here and see when the cattle were broken out or where they should have been. Did they knock any pipes or drinkers off? Because there is something leaking water out here. So I only have 100 acres to look around. Found my leaking pipe anyways. Yeah, bullocks must have been at it when we're up this far. This was just part of a pipe that went up to where we had the drinker in the tillage field. And we took it off because there's no cattle out there. But yeah, they must have been at it. Yeah, fun. I get this stopped and hopefully that solves my issues. What's the leak fixed? Just put that back in the hedge. Right, we'll go check the bullocks. And some of them, the rest of them are just outside the hedge. It's just the way that field was, it made no sense with the line being here. So this is silage field, that obviously isn't. To put another wire there to not have them going through that bit of a hedge. because it just made no point, because that's minuscule in the grand scheme of things. So they're in the bowl at the minute. So we call it because it's like a bowl. All the fields around it are higher to some, down there maybe isn't, but the rest of the fields are a bit higher than it. So they are getting into the grass now, maybe a bit quicker than I was anticipating. So we'll probably start buffer feeding silage by the end of the week, I'd say. Seem quite content. You always know when cattle are content because they'll just come running over, booing and bawling. They don't seem too bothered. So they don't. Right, we'll leave them to it. Just keep an eye on how they're eating this out. And they still have some more grass on another paddock, but there's not a lot. And before we go to that paddock, we want to start into feeding out, bringing buffer feeding silage to them out here in the feeder trailer. And that should keep them happy. So it should till February kind of time. That's kind of what I'm hoping. 1st of February, put them in then and finish them. That's the plan. But we'll wait and see how that goes. I wasn't quick enough to film them coming out here, but next job on the left, we're going to set up this banger and then up there, get them out of the yard. They're destroying the place and I am sick and tired of them. Fodder fills only after getting the gas cylinder, so I want to get rid of them now. Got gas cylinder while we're away, so I'm getting it set up now. Should have been done a while ago. So it's really starting to get bad. But Fodder Phil is afraid of the banger scaring the peacocks away, which he doesn't want to happen. So usually we put the banger in the castle. Now we're going to be putting the banger at the back of the storage store because the peacocks spend most of their time in the castle, so we do not want to annoy them there. And so usually they'll come with a button. The digital screen. We'll talk and see do we get the bang and scare the absolute crap out of myself. That is me finished for today because we sailed back last night, this morning, from Liverpool to Belfast because of Holyhead port being closed. Our Dublin to Holyhead ferry was cancelled and Liv just rebooked it for Belfast because it's a shorter distance from to her home than it is from Fishguard or Pembroke. There's about 4-hour drive from there, so Liv decided 2 hours was a bit nicer than 4. That's why we went that way. But it's an 8-hour ferry overnight and I got about half an hour sleep last night because it was very busy. We didn't have a cabin and I let Liv sleep on the bench and I slept on the, well, lay on the floor for a bit, lay on a seat, lay crossways, lay upside down, lay everywhere and got about half an hour sleep. So I'm absolutely knackered. So I'm going to bring this video into Liv. She's going to bang it all together. And it'll be up for you at 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock on a Sunday, if we can get away with it. I have a bucket. There's one calf on the lawn with a sore foot, so we just put him on the lawn, not have him in the shed getting bullied. So we'll bring him out with a nip of meal on our way past. I'll leave the bucket out there, get a day or two out of it. Well, you get more than a day out of it. That is today's video. A little bit of everything, a little bit of nothing, and a bit more about YouTube that I forgot to put in the last video. And I'll repeat myself just to re-emphasize how important, or what I find the most important part of making a video, and that's that 20 minutes. You get past 20 minutes, 24 is I think 24, 26 is the golden spot. Not too long, not too short, and YouTube pushes it on. And that's what I've always tried to get. And don't forget, leave a like and leave a comment down below. We gotta go fishing for comments so that we can try and boost the algorithm in our favor. And on another note, I was just coming across, I was thinking to myself, when I do go back to 1 video a week, or even you could say that I was just doing the maths in my head, an hour long. If I was to do 1 video a week and it was an hour long, which would basically mean my 3 videos a week would be combining them into 1. It'd be about 3.5 hours worth of footage. It'd be 3 20-minute videos, it's an hour long. Would make 1 hour long video. And would that be better? An hour, 1 hour long video with everything we've done in the week in it versus 3 videos a week with a bit of everything. I imagine it would be much the same amount of work because it's basically just condensing what you spread out 3 times a week, but condensing it into 1 time in the week. But would the video do better? And the reason for that is I've heard Mr. Beast, probably the biggest YouTuber in the world, say that one video with 100,000 views is better to you than 10 videos with 10,000 views each, equaling 100,000 views. So yeah, there's a thought for you. It's just my mind ranting and raving. Anyways, look, don't forget to like and leave a comment on fish. And I'm going to go feed the calf and we're going to leave it at that for today's video. I'm going to hand this to Liv and go lie in bed and sleep for the next 12 to 18 hours. And we get up, we do it all again tomorrow. The joys of farming.